Welcome to this explainer. Today we're diving straight into a massive architectural breakdown of Rockstar Games' biggest project to date, and absolutely the most highly anticipated open-world game ever, Grand Theft Auto 6. Whether you're a hardcore fan who's been waiting over a decade, a developer tracking industry trends, or honestly just someone curious about the absolute bleeding edge of gaming tech, you are in the exact right place. We're going to look at exactly how this massive digital universe is being built from the ground up.
All right, here's our literal blueprint for today. We'll be covering 1. The biggest game ever made, 2. Next-gen tech and engine, 3. A living Vice City, 4. Advanced AI and NPCs, and 5. Redefining open-world gaming. Let's get right into it.
Now, just to set some ground rules right out of the gate so we have a solid foundation, the source material we're exploring today is based strictly on officially released info, confirmed facts, and publicly available reports. Look, the internet is completely flooded with wild rumors about this game, but our goal with this explainer is to cut right through all that noise. We are only building our analysis on solid, confirmed ground.
Okay, starting off with Section 1, the biggest game ever made, laying the groundwork.
You know, when you're architecting something of this sheer magnitude, the timeline isn't measured in months. While standard games might take, 3 to 5 years, the foundational coding here actually began in total secrecy many years ago. Then, in recent months, the internet essentially stopped as those official trailers finally dropped, revealing the confirmed features we're about to dive into. And looking ahead, we have the highly anticipated launch, which is genuinely expected to cause a massive shift across the entire entertainment industry. So, isolating the actual reality from the hype, we're looking at some incredible foundational pillars. We've got a massive, living return to Vice City powered by next-generation graphics, dynamic weather systems, and heavily improved physics. And these aren't just marketing buzzwords on the back of a box. They are structural necessities. Each one of these bullet points represents literally millions of hours of development time, pushing modern hardware to its absolute limit.
Moving into the framework, let's hit Section 2, Next-Gen Tech and Engine.
Think about a standard open-world game for a second. You usually rely on static weather loops, baked-in lighting, basic physics. It's kind of just a really good illusion of a world, right? In stark contrast, GTA 6 is utilizing weather that actually shifts dynamically, advanced ray tracing for real-time lighting, and incredibly complex physics systems. It's basically the difference between looking at a painted theatrical backdrop and walking through a functioning, breathing city.
So what does this actually mean for your experience when you have the controller in your hands? Well, ray tracing and improved physics are these super advanced engines that mathematically simulate real-world light behavior and highly realistic material interactions, meaning every single puddle on the street of Vice City will realistically reflect at the neon lights above it, while the water itself physically reacts to the tread of your tires splashing through it. It completely grounds the player in a level of reality that previous hardware just straight up could not calculate.
Which brings us to Section 3, a living Vice City, shaping the environment.
These advanced world-building techniques aren't just cosmetic window dressing. They actually create a digital universe where your gameplay and exploration are fundamentally affected by an interlocking environment. When the source material talks about a massive living world, it means the geography, the shifting weather, and the day-to-night cycles all actually interact. For instance, a severe storm rolling in might completely change how your vehicle handles, how visibility impacts your exploration, or even where the population of the city goes to take cover. The city itself is essentially the main character here.
All right, let's populate that structure. Section 4, Advanced AI and NPCs.
Let's look at the non-playable characters. An NPC's interaction with the world can basically be broken down into a constant flowing loop of artificial intelligence. Step 1 is detection. The NPC actually senses player actions or even environmental changes in real time. Step 2 is reaction. Rather than just playing some single canned animation, the improved systems trigger realistic, context-aware decisions. And finally, Step 3 is impact. The living world physically responds to that reaction, creating a ripple effect straight through the crowd or down the street. When you compare this directly to previous generations, the leap in complexity is just staggering. We're moving from NPCs walking on rigid, scripted paths to incredibly fluid animation systems. We're upgrading from static, one-size-fits-all reactions to realistic behavior where characters respond totally differently based on context. And honestly, perhaps most importantly, world impact goes from characters just acting as background noise to providing dynamic environmental reactions. Every single street corner is going to feel entirely unscripted and uniquely alive.
And finally, let's zoom out to Section 5, Redefining Open-World Gaming, the Legacy and Future.
Look, pushing modern tech to combine ray-traced lighting, dynamic weather systems, and complex AI into one seamless experience without completely crashing a console is a monumental feat of software engineering. Just to put that into perspective for a second, calculating overlapping physics, like individual raindrops interacting with light, the wind, and moving vehicles all at the exact same time causes severe memory constraints on current hardware. But overcoming those immense development challenges is exactly what will cement this project as one of the greatest open-world games ever created, totally raising the bar for what we all expect from a digital world.
So, I want to leave you with this to ponder today. When a developer successfully plays God to architect a living, breathing world this advanced, what does the future of open-world gaming even look like for everyone else? If Rockstar succeeds in creating a perfectly simulated, living reality here, how can the rest of the gaming industry possibly catch up? The standards of digital world building are quite literally being rewritten right in front of us. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and I really hope this gave you a clear, structured view into the incredible technology that is shaping our return to Vice City. See you next time!